Recording already. Today was supposed to be a big day. 1 year clean and sober today. Don't get me wrong, I made it, but there's that part of you that thinks I hit a year. It's gonna be smooth sailing. I had this vision that I was gonna have I was always planning on doing a 1 year video. And I'd always think about what I was going to say. It's going to be so inspiring that people would just like, oh my goodness, that creep. He's really giving her. He's got a lot of good shit to say, a lot of good advice. I'm not here to give any advice. If I was giving any advice right now, it's like fudge. Skeeters are freaking bad. I wear these because they're yellow, and if you ever wore yellow ones, they really bring the colors out. That's why I like them. Plus, in the winter, when you're blowing snow, you can ride in snowmobile. You can really see the detail on the snow, so it's a lot easier. And they're for safety too. Eye protection. I always practice safety. Oh shit. I'm still doing this video even though it's a shit time right now. More for me because I said I was gonna do it. And then I can look back on it. See where I am 6 months from now. I don't know. I don't like talking about my personal life on the internet, but I'll say this. In 1995, I was hit by a drunk driver and was almost paralyzed from the waist down. That's really what got me into working out. I will always remember what I had multiple doctors at the time. I had one doctor that so wanted me to get a spinal fusion. And the other doctor, I don't remember any of their names, but it was a female, and she told me that he's suggesting something that they give to athletes, professional athletes, is a quick fix. Your best bet is to be working out, keep your weight below 225, which I have. Because if you get that by the time you're 50, you're going to feel like you're 70. But I'm telling you right now, it still hurts. I don't do pain meds. I used to have these muscle relaxers, and a buddy of mine told me, he goes, your heart's a muscle, because I started getting these heart flutters. that shit, I would wake up in the middle of the night, which was weird because of the shit I was doing. I knew that was bad for my heart, but I had my limits. No way was I going to take a prescribed medication that could affect my health. All right, but since 1995, every day's been a constant reminder of that day. Having to think when you walk. I don't think a lot of people understand that. You know, it's like wearing flip flops. First time I started wearing those, I was so concentrated on pressing my toes together to make sure they didn't go flying off my freaking feet. I don't even think about it now. I'm aware of it, but I don't think about it when I'm walking. It's just natural. Sometimes when I hear people talking about their backs, and they're, oh, my back pain, my chronic pain, I just want to say, shut up, fucking whiner. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to say the F bomb, but I do. And I don't know their story, you know, but I think some people exaggerate their pain levels or their back problems, their leg problems. I tried I've tried to explain to people what my spine is like. And the best way I can describe it is you take bubble wrap and you roll it up into a tube and you just go and you can feel the bubbles popping. That's what my spine feels like all the time. And if I'm not constantly aware of it while I'm doing stuff, shit happens. And it takes my breath away. Little things like that. It'll mess with my walking. So since 1995, it was easy being an addict. I really don't know where I'm going with this. Like I said, this is more for me. But when you're when you're in that state of mind, you're only thinking about you. You don't realize how selfish you're being. I lost the love of my life. I have three boys that won't talk to me. My three boys. I have four. So I'm not saying I didn't love them back then. I loved them as much back then as I do now. I probably do so more now just because I miss them so much. But the addiction takes such control of your life that I was under the impression that I could hold it all together and keep my family. And all I did was just destroy it. That's not what I'm talking about here either. It's, I will say that, my goal is to repair those relationships. It's amazing how fear can paralyze you so much into not doing things you know you need to do. I think about the ex mother-in-law that I definitely need to apologize to her. One time, one of the things I always think about her, it's why it's important to me with her, is one of the times I relapsed, this is years ago. Everybody was pissed at me, and she showed up with my father-in-law, took the boys, and they were all leaving, and I felt like such a piece of crap, such a failure. They were all leaving, and she said, she's not leaving, she's staying with me. And she did. I, I always remember that until other people came over because she was worried about me still. I'd like to believe she was, you know. So I still look back on that day like it was an amazing thing that she did. But I was so into my shit that I don't think I really ever really at that time truly appreciated what she did. And I'm not saying that what's going on in my life right now has anything to do with me or any of that. It's just that when you're clean and sober, you're more aware of other stuff that is going on because your life doesn't become perfect afterwards, but you're more aware of other things. And now it's just like certain things are going on right now, and I'm constantly in my head going, how do I handle this? Because the old me would just say, F it. But I can't now. So it's like frustrating because I don't know the answers. I don't know the right thing to do. And sitting on my favorite tractor. You want the answers to be easier when you're at this point that I'm at right now. I'm at a year. I don't know the exact date because the day that I just totally gave everything up, I wasn't going, I'm going to mark this day down. Maybe some people do. I didn't. And somebody told me, just pick a date. And I said, well, June 1st. I'm almost positive that from this day on, I did nothing. You know, could have been last month, could have been 2 months ago. I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention. I just knew June 1st was my day because I thought it would give me grace. So I'm probably over a year, but this is where it's at. So it's like, yeah, it's still going. Wow. This download's going to take forever if I decide to upload this to YouTube. If this does quit out, I do want to say be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Peace. There, that's my outro. Just in case I don't get to it. This tractor I'm sitting on was my neighbor's. He died taking out the garbage, middle of winter. I love this tractor. I loved him. He was a great guy. He taught me a lot about sports when me and his son were growing up. My best friend since I was a teenager died in October. And I was honored to be able to go up and speak about him. He was a pastor, an ordained minister. And a funny thing about him was, I remembered the conversation where he called me. He was going through stuff, and we kind of were talking about it. And he was asking me about my life, what I was going through, and he was like, "All right, well, that's all I wanted." He goes, and I go, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, because I knew I was getting down on myself about my life." And he goes, I'll call Ken and see how his life's going and realize that my life isn't so bad. And we had a joke about it, and like, you son of a bitch. And so it just kind of became this ongoing joke about whenever he's feeling down on himself to call me to make him feel better because my life sucks. It's funny. We used to always work out. And I'd be benching, and he's supposed to be spotting, and his idea of spotting would be to, I'm struggling with the one, instead of like putting your hands on it and just kind of helping up, he would just slap me in the face and piss me off. I just want to kick his ass. But it just sucks. I mean, it sucks that he's dead because he was my best friend, and I really honestly thought he would be burying me. It's like, this last week has been really rough, and my instinct is to call him, and to have to remind yourself that you can't really fucking sucks. Kind of a solitary person. I wasn't always. I think after my divorce, not right after, but, and I don't know when it happened, but when that sickness, when everybody was locked down, people were going on the internet talking about how much it sucked being in isolation. I remember talking to Darren and saying, "What a bunch of rookies." I haven't noticed a thing. But talk about meetings for a sec. I really wanted to go to my meeting today. I was going to go last week and get my ear chip. I talked myself out of it. I don't remember why I didn't go, but I talked myself out of getting my ear chip last Saturday because it wasn't June 1st yet, and I was just cheating the system. And this morning I get up at like 4:30, and get everything done in the morning that I wanted to get done before I left at 8. I didn't go. Now I'm kicking myself in the ass. It's like I'm afraid to get it. I don't know why. It's like I feel like I have the wind knocked out of me right now. I need to talk to Darren, and I can't. I should have went. Because I love everybody that goes there. That's another thing. I hate it when people that don't really know people, they go, "Oh, I love you guys." See YouTubers, "I love my streamers, and I love all the people in the chat." No, you don't. You love the fact that they're bringing you in money. Sorry, I'm judging. I don't know. Maybe they do love them. I think it's odd. I should have went today. Then I could have showed you guys my new coin. I hope I'm uplifting all of your spirits right now. Some sage advice. I think it really sucks too is like when the weather changes like so drastically, it really messes with me physically. And then when the physical happens, I am in constant reminder of 1995. And then it's kind of my fault too because I was redoing the brakes and pulled a mower deck off my John Deere, and it was had a full gas tank, and I should have just took my floor jack and jacked it up and put the wood in, but not me. I decided to pick the freaking thing up, hold it with one arm, and then shove the wood blocks underneath it, and that kind of screwed me up too. So that was pretty stupid. My initial thought was we should have emptied the gas out before I did this instead of just grabbing the floor. Oh my goodness, there's a deer right here. I'm gonna flip over and see if you can see it.